Hello there, Gemini. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot forecast for the week of September 21st through the 27th. The first card that comes up for you on Monday comes up as the Eight of Coins. The Eight of Coins just tells me you're going to be working on Monday. Now, what you need to know about me and work is that whenever work comes up, it can be one of two things. It can be that way that we make our living, but it can also be talking about those things that we do to improve our own character. So working on Monday can be working on that income flow, bringing that money in, but it could also be maybe doing some spiritual healing, maybe doing some character work on ourselves. Maybe if you're at a 12-step program, this could be working with a program. And really, if this card is coming up, this just tells me making progress with that work. So I feel like work is really good on Monday, whichever way it comes in. I feel like it's going to be really good for you, Geminis. Now, obviously, I feel like some of you are going to have this show up one way, some of you are going to have it another way. If we were doing a private reading, I would be able to tell you exactly which way it's coming in for you. But since it's a general reading, I'm just going to say that many of you are going to have this manifest, in either one of these ways. Okay? So that's Monday. Let's move on to Tuesday. Tuesday, we've got the Four of Swords in reverse. This just tells me change of location. So you could literally be moving on Tuesday, or this could be something about maybe just being in a different location than usual. So maybe you normally work from home, now you're working at the office. Maybe you normally take your child to a particular daycare or babysitter, now you're taking that child somewhere else for Tuesday. But it's definitely a change of location that's showing up on Tuesday. So something is going to be happening in a different place than normal for you Geminis, for most of you. Now here's the other way that this can come in. And I feel like for the minority of you, this is coming in. 10 to 30% of you I'm talking about here. This is a major change in mind. So this is a major change in the way that you think about something. Now this is only 10 to 30% of you. Most of you, it's going to be a very geographic change of location. But for some of you, it's going to be a change in how you're thinking about a situation in your life, and it's going to be dramatic. Okay? So that's Tuesday, Geminis. Wednesday, we have the High Priestess in reverse. This is telling me, what I'm feeling about this, Gemini, is that you have some intuition that is keying up on some things going on in your life on Wednesday, but you're not exactly ready to face those things yet. And I feel like what you're doing as this intuition is coming in, because the High Priestess is in reverse, you're kind of sweeping those little red flags underneath the rug. But I do feel like you're getting in some red flags. You're getting in some warning signs that, should have you to where you're saying, wait a second, I want to think about this, or I want to slow down in this situation. You're not doing that for whatever reason. Maybe you're just hoping that the situation will go so well, so hard, that you're just not willing to look at the idea that maybe there's something that you should slow down and consider a little bit more here. But I do feel like Wednesday, the energy is showing up of you just sweeping these red flags under the rug, but your intuition is not wrong. Your intuition is telling you correctly. You're just not paying attention. So obviously the advice here would be, if you feel that energy coming in, if you're feeling like you're getting little red flags and you're just kind of poo-pooing them, you want to notice that. You want to notice that, oh, maybe I should be paying more attention to them. And, ideally you want to start paying more attention to them, but at least notice them, at least be aware of them. Don't let yourself, try not to let yourself just be. Yeah, the word that's coming through is kind of a strong word. Don't let yourself just be duped. Pay attention to your intuition. It was given to you for a reason. All right, so that's Wednesday. Thursday, what we have coming up is we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse just means, it's an interesting situation actually. Okay, so let me tell you what Five of Cups right side up means, and then it's easier to go from that platform to tell you Five of Cups in reverse. So Five of Cups, if that would have come in right side up, that would tell me that something had happened in your life that had been disappointing to you. So it could happen with a relationship or a project, anything really, but something that you had been investing time and energy and maybe feelings into has come back and disappointed you. Okay, and so if this card had come up right side up, this would be you would be resetting your priorities. So you would be deciding, you know, whatever this thing is that disappointed me, I don't want to spend as much time and energy and put as much feeling into that thing. I want to start putting more time and energy into something else and make something else the priority in my life as far as my time and my energy and my feelings. Okay, so that would be if the Five of Cups would have come up right side up. All right, well, what we got for you, Gemini, is we got the Five of Cups in reverse. So now what's happening when you have the Five of Cups in reverse is you already had this other situation where you reset your priorities because you were disappointed. But now what's going on, because this Five of Cups is in reverse, you're looking at the old priority that you had shifted away from. You're looking at shifting back to that. In fact, I feel like you're going to be shifting back to that old priority. So it's going to be like something happens that either you are doubting the original shift of priorities, or that you feel like, oh, well, you know, if we handle it this way, then this can work out better. So I'm going to put my priority back over here. But something's going on that's having you shift back to where your priorities were set originally. Now on Friday, Gemini, what we have coming up for you, excuse me, throat's just getting a little dry. What we have coming up for you is the Lovers card in reverse. And the Lovers card in reverse talks about some kind of partnership in your life that's going backwards. Now, this could be a partnership with a significant other. This could be a friendship. This could be a family relationship even. Or this could be something to do with work or with business. But it really doesn't matter where it's happening. The bottom line kernel of truth here on this card is that whatever partnership we're talking about, whoever it is that you're working with on doing something, that if this is going backwards instead of forwards. This is not going in the direction that you would hope that it would go. Okay, so that's Friday. And then Saturday, what we have showing up is we have the Nine of Coins in reverse. Now, the Nine of Coins in reverse is telling me that there's something about your life or your lifestyle that you're not really happy with. Please understand, now there's always things that we want to improve about our life or our lifestyle. We wouldn't be human if we weren't always stretching and expanding and growing and wanting things better than what they are. But this is a little different. When I see the Nine of Coins come up in reverse, this tells me that not only are we not happy with something in our life or our lifestyle, but we are working on changing that right now. Like as soon as we realize it, it's like, whoa, this has got to stop. What can we do to turn this around? So that's what I see coming up here. And it looks to me like, well, what it feels to me like for a lot of you Geminis is that, remember this Lovers card in reverse, and we were talking about a partnership going backwards on Friday? On Saturday, I feel like you are in a point where you're like, I don't like the way this partnership is going. That's what it is that you're not happy about in your life or your lifestyle. And I feel like you're working on, okay, what can I do to make that better? All right. And I also have the sense too for a lot of you that you have some regrets about how you handled some things on Friday. So with this card coming in, I would say that on Friday, if something comes up and you start to feel like you just have this need to talk before you think, maybe it's better to just get in the car and take a little drive, take a walk, something, get yourself out of that situation so that you don't just say things that maybe you might regret the next day. So that's what's coming up. And, you know, the beautiful thing about getting a reading ahead of time, number one, is that it gives you a chance to kind of be forewarned and prepared, but also it gives you a chance to change that energy, because nothing has to be the way I say it is. Free will changes everything. So if you feel this energy coming in, you can always do something about it. And when you've been forewarned about it, that gives you the opportunity to really have an action plan in place before it even happens. So that's the benefit of having readings like that, where things come up that maybe are not the most happy things that we want to hear. Now, then the other thing too to remember is that this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to every single Gemini out there. My request to Sacred Spirit is that it does apply to the most of the Geminis who listen, and that it is for their highest and best interest whenever it comes in. So that's what you've got there. Now, let's see. Let's move on to Sunday. Sunday is the Ace of Clubs in reverse. Sunday, I feel like, is a lazy, lazy, lazy day. Laying on the couch, ordering pizza, not cleaning anything, not doing any yard work, just being lazy. Doing the art of doing nothing. So I feel like there's a lot of doing nothing going on Sunday for you Geminis. And good for you, because you know what? Most people in our society or in our culture, we don't feel like we can just do nothing. We feel guilty about it. So if you can pull this off and not feel guilty about it, kudos to you, Gemini. Yay! All right, so that is your week. Thank you so much for stopping by, for listening. Thank you to everybody who's been purchasing the supplemental dailies. I appreciate that so much. And I also appreciate everyone who just stops by and listens, likes, shares, subscribes, and everyone who's had a reading with me and everyone who will. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of your support. Everyone have a fantastic week. I'll see you back here next time. Peace out.